What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. You're here with Cassie from the Vintage Thimble, and I'm so glad you stopped by. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some really cool books and gadgets that I got for Christmas that will serve me well into 2021. Let's take a look. Okay everyone, so now I'm just going to show you a couple of the books that I got. You can see them all here, and we're just going to quickly go over these because they are kind of interesting. So these two books I got to learn a little bit more about the Victorians, what was going on in their world and what life was really like. I think most of you are quite familiar with this one by now. Ruth Goodman did all the series of Victorian farm, Edwardian farm. She's written several books about different time eras and what it's like to live in them. Honestly, what's so fantastic about Ruth Goodman's work is she goes way past the general stuff about what was going on in the world or anything, and talks about those day-to-day experiences, like what was it like to do your hair? What was it like to get up and have to start the fire? And anyways, I'm partway through it. It's an excellently written book. I would highly recommend it already. I'm not even done yet. The next book that I picked up, that one was a gift. This one I just picked up because I got this thing for like the price of a magazine. And it's a beautiful publication that I got on sale. And you can see that the book is divided into all these different sections, and it looks at Victorian life more in terms of what was going on in the world events and everything. There's famous people in here, famous events. Basically, everyone, I plan to use these two books to help infuse some cool, interesting facts into my videos all about sewing and history bounding. The next book I got, while not a history bounding book, you guys have got to admit, the cute factor is just over the top. Luna Lapin's Friends. This book contains the pattern for all 5 of these characters and their clothes. Each chapter starts with like a little well, once you get past the materials and stuff, let's see if I can find for you guys. So each chapter starts with a little story at the beginning, and then from there you get your step-by-step directions how to do it all. And at the back of the book you can see there's the pattern for all the clothes and for all the critters. It's all right here in one publication, and I'll definitely show you guys once I have some of these made. Super cute. This next book came highly recommended by so many of you on YouTube because I do watch all your YouTube videos as well. I do want to get into pattern drafting and cutting for a variety of reasons. Some of it for the smart dolls that my daughter owns, and some of it for sewing for myself. So this publication here has only some basic directions at the front, and then the rest of the book looks like this. It will show you pattern blocks for different garments. And then it will give you once you have your basic block made, this is giving you directions how to keep expanding, shrinking, cutting, adjusting to make whatever style garment you want. I can see it's actually a really well done book, but it is a student textbook. Let's be honest, guys, this one's gonna take me a little bit of time to figure out. So that'll be a fun adventure I look forward to sharing with you. And then finally, for all my history bounders, of which I am a growing, developing history bounder myself, we have Corset Making by Julia Bremble. Now, if you've seen this recommended online, this comes highly recommended if you've never made a corset before, that she has the best directions, soup to nuts, start to end. This is what made me put this on my Christmas list. So my mom bought this for me, and when this showed up, I was so surprised. I'm like, what? What is this? And look, are you kidding me? It's a DVD. It's a DVD, people. This is 2021. We have a DVD. And you know what? It won't even play in a DVD player. You need a computer. Now, if you're like us, most of your computers don't even have a disk drive anymore. We had to go searching through the house to even find an older laptop that had a disk drive so we could even put this thing in and play it. It does include 7 or 8 tutorial videos as well as the PDF format of the book. So what I did do is I went ahead and printed and put into a binder the PDF parts of the book. So I'll just show you like, so everything is step by step. There's Julia Bramble herself. She gives you, oh, look at that, so pretty. I can't wait to make it. She gives you a bit of a history of corset making, the tools that you need to make a corset, and then she starts outlining everything. Look, building a framework step by step. Basically, guys, it's all here, and I can't wait to make my first corset and share that adventure with you. So that's the really cool books that I got this year as well. I'm glad you could check it out with me. And one other book that I got that I wanted to share with you guys, I'm pretty excited about this one, The American Duchess Guide to 18th Century Dressmaking. And this one is by Abby Cox and Lauren Stowell. I can't wait to do some of the projects from this book. It's pretty detailed. They've made it approachable yet accurate, and the projects are going to be fantastic. I can't wait to show you guys the next projects from this book. The other things I wanted to share with you are things that I got for Christmas, or a couple of pieces that were actually from my birthday. This piece here I got for Christmas. This is a pattern punch. See, it squeezes like a hole punch. You actually just, on the edge of a fabric, you would snip like that wherever you have your match points. This thing cuts really well. The whole thing's worth about $12 and honestly worth every penny. Highly recommend you get one of these. Another thing that I have is these pair of scissors here. These were a birthday gift, and I'll just try and show you. I don't know if you can make out in the camera there. They are Ginger brand scissors, and so there you can see the Ginger brand, okay, made in Italy. These shears are like maybe 4.5 inches. They're like super sharp. I use them anytime I'm doing fine up close work or anything that I just quilting also. So I highly recommend these. You should grab a pair. Another thing that I got was this little cutting board here. I do own other cutting mats, but especially if you're into quilting or any sort of small projects, you see this thing spins, right? So if you're cutting something out, you can just put it on there, do a cut, spin the whole thing, do another cut. Highly recommend. These are not that expensive and they work really great. And then finally, the other thing that I got that I put on my Christmas list here was a set of rulers. This came with the 12-inch ruler. You can see I haven't even unwrapped them yet. The 9-inch ruler, a 6-inch ruler, and then a 4-inch ruler. So when you're doing quilting, it's wonderful to square off your squares perfectly square before you start assembling them into a quilt like you see here. So indeed, with these are 10-inch squares, and I did square them off and make sure they're super straight before adding my sashing lines and assembling the quilt. So this is what these are very useful for, but honestly, if you're a sewist at all, these things also are super handy for any cutting and angles that you need to measure. Get yourself a nice variety of rulers. It will only help you in your efforts. And finally, one last thing I want to share with you that I got such a cool Christmas gift from my kids. I got EQ Mini, which is a quilt designing software. You can see I've made an ugly little quilt here. I was just playing with the software. But honestly, guys, this is so good. This is a super intuitive, user-friendly software. The design possibilities are almost endless. And even with the mini version, you can import different add-on packages to expand this. And one day, if I like it enough, I will expand to like the full version. But this was like a super lovely gift from my kids, and it is definitely part of my sewing Christmas haul. So honestly, if you're wondering, how do you get so much sewing stuff for Christmas? Well, pretty much everything on my wish list had something to do with sewing. That's how it's done. So anyways, that's it. Just wanted to share this one with you too. So there you have it, guys. Those are my cool books and gadgets that I got this year that are going to carry me well into 2021. Like any sewist, this isn't everything in my stash. I have many patterns and some decent amount of fabric. Not a huge stash, but a decent amount. Definitely more stuff I can share with you. However, I'm really happy to have shared this pretty cool little haul with you and how it's going to fuel the projects into 2021. I can't wait to share the next project with you, Thanks for watching and stopping by. This is Cassie from the Vintage Thimble. Take care. Bye.